go.
Who did this beat?
Marco, boom. You just gotta realize that everybody's gonna be on your tail from 5 o'clock until the day you die.
Early bird, get the worm, oh, you know I get it. Cuban link with the pendant, you know I spent it. Red cup full of Remy, who you know I sip it. Bad and bougie, looking for, you know I'm picky. You know it, you know it, you know it, I get it. You know it, you know it, you know it, I get it. You know it, you know it, you know it, I get it. You know it, you know it, you know it, I get it. I'm getting money, bank slips and bank deposits. Got plenty hoes, I sing to them like hard timers. Lane switching, speeding through, Ricky Bobby, pissing on me on the block.
Oh,
We back like Cook Crack in the early 80s and 90s, baby.
Oh yeah.
What's up? What's up? I am Jay Harris, aka also known as Black V. That is my co-host C5, and we
What's
got a
up,
special
everybody?
guest, Rails from Rail Raw Uncut Podcast. Please make sure you check them out. That brother, they cover everything from what's going on in the world, in culture, in sports, in music, and especially even in wrestling. They cover it all, bro. And this brother is well-rounded individual. So thank you, and thank you again for coming on. And I think Reggie just popped in.
1,000
And
things.
there we go. And we got Godless Reggie here in the flesh.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, what's up?
Reggie, what up, Reggie?
What's up? What's going on?
Thanks for having me tonight, though, guys. I appreciate it, though. Thank you.
Oh, bro, thank you
Thank
for
you.
sliding through, bro. Thank you for sliding through. First and foremost, it's been a minute. It's been a long time since we left you without some dope sports to step to. Okay. But we back another episode covering sports, what's been going on for the last couple of weeks. Everything from NBA finals to the NFL to NBA. And I believe D80 is going to make it. So we will have some tennis going on. Who knows where he been doing with tennis, bro? This dude be like, I got something. Next thing you know, you be posting pictures from this event over here, backstage.
Yeah,
Well, my
no,
brother be everywhere with this tennis thing. He
I'm
done
going
took
to
off
San Diego
brand.
for the next tournament.
Yeah, this dude be like in San Diego with Vegas and everything else out there covering tennis. So shout out to him. Shout out to Truth Entertainment Field. Shout out to AAA Productions. Shout out to Reggie, say your show. Keep forgetting the name.
Oh, fake flies and confusion.
They Flies of Confusion. Shout out to C5 over there grinding, man, working on good music, bro. He's got this country banger with Diallo Bands that they working on. He got 2 of them, bro. You sitting on 2 of them.
I'm sitting on like 5 or 6 of them, not gonna lie. I keep thinking back. I was just listening to Nobody Knows before the podcast. Shout out Nobody Knows.
Yeah,
That one's gonna come. That one's dope, bro. I just listened to it. That one's gonna come soon. So
yeah.
Hard
So,
times and Nobody Knows. Those two.
Yeah. Rails, real quick,
Gangster
bro.
rap. I was gonna
Well,
say
real
gangster
quick,
rap
bro.
has evolved into country music. I don't know if y'all
Oh
noticed
yeah,
that.
man, for real. Gangster rap is just who knows what it'll tap into next, bro. It's always blended, borrowed, and been inspired by other genres when it comes to hip hop. It's like one of the most and I hate to say it doesn't steal, but hip hop is one of the most borrowing genres when it comes to that, because hip hop will borrow from jazz, rock, country.
Mhm.
I think somebody even done something to folk before, infused some folk in their music before. So
Heavy gospels, down south church vibes.
yeah, so I
Reggae
love it.
too, big time.
Yeah, reggae too, big on reggae. So yo, I definitely love it. But Rails, real quick, bro, before we start the pod, bro, tell the people where you from, a little bit about your pods that you do, bro. Just and where they can find you at, please and thank you. I don't know if you heard me.
Oh, all right, cool. Well, once again, thank you guys for having me on the podcast tonight. I appreciate it. It's a little weird being on the other end of the spectrum tonight, not interviewing and actually just being a part of a panel. So yeah, this definitely is going to take some getting used to. But for anybody who want to follow the podcast, or that's Mr. 20. That's 2920 TV on YouTube. That channel. Just did a dope podcast. Go check out the last one I did with Jay and Reggie. We discussed men's mental health month. So that one was a good one. We got a lot of positive feedback from that, from people who actually listened to it and watched it. So make sure you guys go check that out. Definitely.
Sweet, bro. Yeah, that was a fun time, bro. I can't wait.
Your information in the comments.
Yes.
All right. So let's you want to go? Y'all want to go NFL or y'all want to go NBA first? It's gonna be a short one. There's not a lot of stuff going on in sports too crazy, but let's go NFL first if y'all don't mind. And give me a second here.
GM season.
Killer, what up?
We have it. NFL season, NFL news, things going on, a lot of different things going on. And one of the main things we're going to jump into first and foremost with this NFL news is going to be, let me go ahead and share the screen. It's so weird without Big Chicken here.
I know. We lose a little bit.
Yeah, there we go. Shedeur Sanders was cited for doing 101 miles per hour. People say a lot of, I don't think they said it's a minor step back for him as far as confidence in him being able, from fellow teammates and some coaches, about becoming QB1 when he's doing things like this. It kind of, whether it's a big deal or not, I'll let you guys answer. But they question the maturity and I guess main thing is maturity right there, decision making. That was, you have so much on the line right there.
That was the factor of him getting drafted to where he got drafted, right? The main factor was his maturity, and I was talking about it before. I don't think they were wrong. I mean, it's showing right now. I said it before that I think he has some growing up to do. He's always trying to flex on people. He's always trying to be overzealous about what he's doing and what he's got and the opportunities he has. And I don't think someone like that presents himself well to be a leader of a team.
Reg.
I have mixed feelings about it. Okay, so on one hand, the Ohio law says he was supposed to go to jail. On the other hand, on one hand, he broke the law. He should have went to jail. You do 100, you're supposed to go to jail. We've seen LeBron do this when he was in Cleveland the first time. I mean, the kid is 21, 22 years old. I mean, I'm not giving him a pass or excuse or anything like that. He's not going to be mature right now. So I wouldn't even be focused on trying to become their starting quarterback. I would just be focused on learning things like that, because if you put him in that position, right, you don't know the offense, you don't know NFL speed, you don't know the coordinators, you don't know anything. You're going to fail. I'm not saying, what C5 said wasn't true. He does have a lot of off-field immature things that he has done, but that's before he got to the grown man league. So I just feel that maybe he'll learn his lesson.
Facts.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he's gonna have to learn his lesson the hard way. And I don't know if he's the type of dude that can sit there and just get his reps as the second quarterback. We haven't really seen him do that. So it'll be interesting to see if he can play his role and actually get his time and get his reps in and try to evolve into something better.
I think I kind of agree with both of y'all. It feels such a shallow thing, but if you take a step back and look at it, it does speak to maturity. It does speak to decision making.
I mean,
It
speaks on
does speak
your
to
character, right?
character and privilege. And we also remember when the time he got a ticket in Colorado, and he went off because he got I believe it was a parking ticket, and they made a big deal about it and everything else, and he acted an ass over and everything else. Oh, ass about it. So I feel that Shedeur does still need some growing up to do, and doesn't mean that he's a horrible person. He's a kid, like Reggie said. So we don't want to make excuses. Context matters, but also when you're vying to be a franchise, a billion plus dollar franchise quarterback, or to $1 billion quarterback to a franchise that a starting quarterback for $1 billion plus franchise, things you do and you don't do, your maturity and those things like that matter. He's still young, so he gets a grace period to hopefully figure it out. But yes, I do agree. Should it be a step back? Should it make the guys in the locker room look at him, want to question him? Yeah, man, because this is the guy that may be the guy that's helping leading them out of this mess that this organization is in. And we don't need, not for one, we don't need somebody putting their life at risk or other people's lives at risk doing 100 and something miles an hour. And for two, like, man, you got to think about, like, just think if he went to jail and it was a Saturday. And they got a game on Sunday. He was doing it. He was supposed to be the starting quarterback. Because he should have went to jail, like Reggie said. He should have been went to jail. If you go on Saturday, depending on what time, bro, you ain't getting Sunday morning.
No.
They making you wait till Monday. It does come in. So
Court.
They make you wait to court. So Shedeur got to do better, bro. Got to do much better with your decision making. And then next up, what we have is Buffalo Bills rank Bruce Smith as the franchise's #1 greatest player.
Yeah, I was looking at his stats before we got on, and I don't think they
That's fair.
lied, bro.
Yeah,
Career.
I couldn't argue against it.
200
Yeah.
career sacks.
Nah, he's a GOAT. He's one of them ones.
Yeah.
He is definitely one.
Yeah. I mean, we can revisit this argument.
There was only
In
1
5
year
years,
where he
but now,
played
yeah, for sure.
less than fucking 14 games, 12
He only
games.
played less than 14 games one time.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm looking at.
Nah, Bruce Smith is definitely a real one, bro. Like Reggie said. Like I don't even think. I mean, only other person I could think of that would go higher than him, maybe an argument for it would have been maybe Thurman Thomas or Jim Kelly. But I don't know, man. Not Thurman Thomas, but hey, Bruce Smith is just that dog. Rails, what you think about Bruce Smith being named one of the greatest Buffalo Bill of all time?
I mean, that's subjective. Like, I'm sorry for the first one. I'm sorry for the delay and the internet.
Don't worry about it, bro.
That's not all right, bro.
Yeah. I think I figured it out. I hope I did. We'll see in a few minutes. But I grew up in that time too, watching Buffalo. Like, because I grew up in that era where Buffalo was always making it to the Super Bowl, but always losing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Honestly, if you had to ask me my honest opinion, I'd probably say Jim Kelly.
That's a fair one.
Yeah, because I grew up in the era where it was all about the quarterbacks for me growing up as a kid. The Joe Montanas and from Joe Montanas to Steve Youngs, but then the Ken O'Briens and the Drew Bledsoes and stuff like that. So I always feel like the quarterback is probably one of the main reasons why they get you to the Super Bowl. I don't think, like, as good as the defense is, I don't think you're making the Super Bowl if you don't have the strong quarterback behind you to get you there.
I ride what you want it, and then
They're
it's
still loaded.
also like with
They're-
this.
they're
Go ahead, Reggie.
loaded.
It's like it's a fair argument. Like it's like what you saying that, and like I said, I think that just right when you was coming out was saying that some people say Jim Kelly is that guy. You know, there might be some people that might even want to say like Thurman Thomas. There's some people who sit there and say OJ. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. It's kind of subjective, but I know we all can agree the importance of the quarterback in football. It's just, I guess, because the consistency of whether they was making it to a Super Bowl or not, the one guy who stood through his whole entire career for Buffalo Bills, win, lose, or draw, who stood out statistically wise and performance wise, was Bruce Smith. So that's that. I guess that's where I would sit there and say maybe that's the thing that helped people leg up.
Right.
You said what?
That's it.
Yeah. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles select Reggie White as their greatest. And I found that I'm an Eagles fan, and I found this one interesting because at the beginning of his career. Go ahead. You said, Reg?
Like, okay, so San Francisco. Who's San Francisco? I already know who their greatest player is.
Oh,
Okay,
Joe
so-
Montana.
And it's definitely
Wait,
not a quarterback.
Wait. So I've been a San Francisco 49er fan since I was a kid, and I still am. So I think I can answer this question. For me, as a fan growing up, I think the greatest San Francisco 49er player is Steve Young or Jerry Rice. Like
You
I
giving
can't go.
Steve Young over Joe?
Yeah. Because Joe came around at the time Joe came around at the
Jerry
time.
Rice.
Look,
Jerry
yeah,
Rice. Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice is up there, but like I grew up in a time where Steve Young came in right after Joe Montana. So most of my youth was me watching Steve Young play quarterback for the 49ers. So, but yeah, like I said, if I had to choose really honestly, if it's not Steve Young for me, it's definitely Jerry Rice. I mean, it's like hands down, it's the greatest wide receiver to me of all time.
Listen,
Shout out to give it to God. Boom.
name a
check it
player
in.
better than Jerry Rice. Period.
I'm gonna be
Bro.
honest with you. I think the player that might be as close to Jerry Rice, in my opinion, but I just think he was just on a horrible team, is Megatron. If
Fair
you
enough.
put Megatron on that 49er team and you take Jerry Rice out that 49er team, you might be having a different conversation right now.
I just
Jerry
I just-
Rice's records, most of them will never be broken. Never.
Man, it's Jerry Rice to me is like the LeBron James of the NFL. The numbers is great, and there's championships there, and so you can't deny the greatness. But there are some people who will be like he said, like Megatron. There's some people before he got hurt that'll sit there and say, "Yo, Sterling Sharp was out there killing it just like Jerry Rice was at the same clip." There's some people that feel that Randy Moss is. There's some people that feel like, like Terrell Owens is part of the reason why Jerry Rice was like, I need to get up out of San Francisco. This young buck is coming here through here.
Do you know how old Jerry Rice was? And
Yeah,
do you
but
know
he
that
still went to play. He still went to
Jerry
play
Rice
with
still
2 or 3.
had 2
It's not to
back-to-back
take-
1,000-yard seasons at the age of fucking 40.
No, so Reggie, what I'm sitting there saying is that it doesn't take away from Jerry Rice's greatness. What I'm sitting there saying is that, like, he's that dude. What I will sit there and say is, we all know before they named Tom Brady the GOAT at quarterback in the NFL, who the GOAT was, who they was calling the GOAT, and it was Joe Montana. I just say that it was that's who they was calling the GOAT. And so Jerry Rice had the benefit of playing for 2
Montana
Hall of
is
Fame
not-
quarterbacks.
I'm better than Jerry Rice.
So it's a fair
Montana's not
thing.
better than Jerry Rice.
You say what?
Oh, but Joe Montana made Jerry Rice, is what he's saying.
Ooh,
Listen.
You know what's crazy? I kind of got to disagree on that one.
Look at his records.
I gotta disagree on that one only because
with Steve Young.
Yes, I was gonna say that's exactly
Look.
where I was going.
Look at his records with Garcia. Sure.
You can't. The man's
Jerry Rice
arguably the greatest wide
outplayed
receiver of all time.
Quarterbacks. His career outlasted all his quarterbacks.
But his quarterbacks, with or without him, are some
I ain't
great.
gonna lie and say that
players.
Megatron.
I don't know. So, anyways,
Are you sure?
Reggie White.
Take Jerry Rice's numbers away from Steve Young. Take Jerry Rice's numbers away from Joe Montana. Listen. You hear what you just said? Take Jerry Rice away from any quarterback he played with, and they're not even Hall of Fame players at all. They're not MVPs. They're not Hall of Fame players, and they definitely not championship
quarterbacks away, bro. That's
Reggie,
not fair.
okay, Reggie, let me ask you a question. This is an honest question. I want all of y'all to answer this question. If you take Jerry Rice out of San Francisco and you put Jerry Rice with the Tampa Bay Bucks of that time, is Jerry Rice still the greatest wide receiver?
No, he's still dope. He's still gonna be a Hall of Famer probably. But
Yes, he is.
not.
You know why? No. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. No. He is. You know why? Because Steve Young is there at that time. Did you forget? Forgot that, didn't you?
So can we all agree that that the quarterbacks make these wide receivers?
A different team.
I think it's a mixture of both, but you can have the best wide receivers in the game if you ain't got no quarterback to get them the ball. See, listen.
Okay, Jay.
Is dependent upon the quarterback, the position receiver.
Perfect example, right?
Mm-hmm.
DK Metcalf right now playing for the Steelers, right?
No.
Right.
Where does DK? No. But let me Reggie answer this. Where does DK Metcalf rank from 1 to 5 if Aaron Rodgers is not quarterbacking this year for Pittsburgh?
5 because of the quarterback.
Okay. Now, where does he rank now? Possibly rank now with Aaron Rodgers now being there.
4 because we see how Aaron Rodgers was when he had the two dudes at wide receiver and
okay, but is he?
Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna do it this year.
No, I get it. But what I'm saying is DK Metcalf a better wide receiver with or without Aaron Rodgers.
because his option at quarterback is better. Yes,
definitely better. He's definitely gonna get more looks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's kind of like hand to hand. I don't have a problem with if somebody was to sit there and say like Jerry Rice number 2 or number 1, and Joe Montana number 1 or number 2. And then if you go with Steve Young, an argument between 2 and 3, because I think like Steve Young got the benefit to come and learn from the guy who was arguably considered the GOAT at that time, and then he walked into having freaking Jerry Rice.
Yeah, right.
So that's why I'm sitting there saying that's the only knock. It's not even a knock. That just context to Steve Young what he walked into. Where Jerry Rice and Joe Montana and John Taylor at that time, and then they had the bomb ass Hall of Fame tight end. They had a Hall of Fame freaking fullback, Hall of Fame tight end, I don't know if John Taylor ended up being Hall of Fame wide receiver, but
listen, they have Brent Jones at tight end.
Brent Jones, yes. Bro, they was loaded.
John Taylor is from the same city that my mom is from.
I know that. Bro, they was loaded. NJ says, I don't think I'm such wait.
But
oh, okay.
But listen.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Reggie. Is he talking or is he?
I don't know. I think
Has Jerry Rice have numerous 1,000-yard receivers with all them quarterbacks? He has, right? Even without them. So,
bro, he played with two consecutive. He played basically his career. Most of his career was with 2 consecutive Hall of Famers. It doesn't take away from him, but it gives context. Like who receiver wise got to play with not 1 consecutive Hall of Famer, arguably the guy who's considered the GOAT, or now because of Brady, the second greatest quarterback of all time. And then then Garcia was decent.
He's had four seasons with more than 1,000 yards without either one of them. So I don't
Yeah,
really
but
see how you can say that.
so are you saying he's making the quarterbacks, or are the quarterbacks and him helping make each other? That's all I'm saying. I think that's all. Like Jerry Rice is that dude.
No, this is what I'm
Okay,
saying.
so
This is what I'm
so
saying.
in a-
No matter
so
who,
it's-
no, this is what I'm saying to you. No, this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying to y'all is this: no matter what you do, you can't stop him. Is what I'm telling you. You can't fucking stop Jerry Rice. I don't care who you put at quarterback. Is what I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Okay, wait. I got one quick question.
Okay.
What cornerback today, in his prime today, do you think will come close to stopping Jerry Rice in his prime, if there is one?
No,
Jair Alexander would give him some trouble.
no. We ain't never seen no shit like that.
Come on, bro, because he had other cornerbacks he played against that was good cornerbacks, and he didn't kill every cornerback in the NFL. So that's unfair. That's unrealistic. Like Jerry Rice
Yes, he
had
did.
games.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
So you say every time
The
he went
only
against
person that
Dion,
really can watch
every
him is
time he
fucking,
killed
Dion.
Dion all the
He
time,
still was
he
good.
killed Darryl Green all the time, he killed Eric Allen all the time. Like he just killed all these dudes all the time. No,
I say
My guess is maybe Jalen Ramsey.
I say like this.
I thought C5. I thought that too. That was the one that came to
This
my
is
mind.
what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Maybe
Okay, so
Ramsey.
him versus Dion, right? If you keep throwing it at him, right? Of course, Dion gonna take it once or twice, but he's still gonna get like over 100 yards, and he's gonna get at least 1 or 2 touchdowns on your ass, no matter what you do. We're talking about Jerry Rice.
So
Look
it's
at
like
his
it's like trying to guard LeBron.
With
Like, are
any
we trying to
quarterback.
guard him to like
Look.
20? Are we trying to like guard him to like so we don't have 40? You feel me? So I don't know. It depends. It depends like what you consider like changing. Because if you only hold him to like a touchdown or two, you can win.
Yeah, because if you hold them to a touchdown or two, that's only 14 points if they make the 2 extra points. If the other team could score 21 points, 17 points, you beat them. So, yeah. I mean, but, it's like you said, everything's subjective. But if I had to go best wide receiver, I probably would have to go Jerry Rice, too. Now,
and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's just like, like he was dominant, but like there were good cornerbacks, and he didn't destroy everybody. He had good games, just like some of these other receivers have good games, and he had some games where he was whatever the case, and then he got his funky off going to the other side of the field sometimes too. Like he's got Dion at moments, and Dion has shut him down at moments. Like Eric Allen had good moments to get him. Darryl Green had good moments to get him, and then he killed those guys. Like he's that dude. He's the GOAT at wide receiver. He just happened to play with arguably 2 of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Now, okay,
but
when
look,
you talk about today's times, right?
Look at his stats without him.
Now, if you look at today's times, right? We talk about wide receivers right now, right? If you look at today's times, and you look at the wide receiver, you look at Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson puts up good numbers, but you can tell that Justin Jefferson's not going to put up a great game if he don't have a quarterback throwing to him. I've seen it this season. I've seen games of what happens when Sam Darnold's throwing him the football. He's unstoppable. But the games that Sam Darnold's not throwing him the football, it's almost like he's not even there, and he's on the field. Same with Jamar Chase. I can't put Jamar Chase as one of the great wide receivers because for some odd reason, Cincinnati don't get hot till like week 4 every year.
Well, I was gonna say that's almost true with all the wide receivers in like the last 5-10 years because they'll be like the best one year, and then the next year they just don't get the fucking ball thrown to them. So,
Yeah, but Cincinnati's like it has to be frustrating being a Cincinnati Bengal fan.
So bad
Because these dudes literally have potential to make the Super Bowl every year. And then they start off like 0-3, 0-4, 1-6. And then they're like 9-8. And then they just missed the playoffs. And it's like week 4, Jamar Chase shows up and it's like 150 to 200 yards receiving every week after that. But what happened to the first 3 weeks of the season, though? You have the same quarterback, so why are y'all not in sync to like week 4?
all the same pieces are there, bro.
Yeah, they got lucky this year, though, with the running back situation because they ended up and they stumbled upon a gem this year.
Yeah.
Because nobody thought that he was going to be that good.
So next up, we
I looked at
have.
Jerry Rice's stats, right? I just looked at his rookie stats. Listen, his rookie year, right? Jerry Rice rookie year, he only caught 49 passes, right? And this is, I don't know who. Listen, Wall should have got fired for this. He caught 49 fucking passes and had 927 yards. After that, the next year, listen. Do you know how? Listen, he could have had 2,000 fucking yards his rookie year, bro.
He was
Easily.
he was averaging 14
Easily,
yards
bro.
a carry his whole career, bro. That shit is kind of nuts.
Yeah, it is. That's like playing Madden on easy.
Yeah, right.
When you think about it. Yeah.
Right.
He's like guaranteed first down, bro. That's
All right, next up, we got Jair Alexander.
You're supposed to be throwing about
signed
this
by the
motherfucker
Baltimore Ravens.
averaged 18.6 yards his rookie year.
Okay, wait. So I got a question, right?
That's
When it comes to the Ravens, how do the Ravens stumble upon these stars? Like, what is their cap salary like? I'm lost because, yo,
How?
not, like,
How did this
seriously,
happen?
That's true.
think about this. Think about the 2 stars that they've gotten between last year and this year. If they can't win a Super Bowl with this team this year, I'm gonna be honest with you, they just need to break this team up.
was Lamar Jackson take max?
Huh?
That's a fact.
Does Lamar Jackson take max salary, or is he taking a pay cut so they can get more players?
I'm feeling like he has to take a pay cut
Hell
somewhere.
yeah.
I'm about to say that's about the only way I can see it is if he takes a pay cut.
It's trying to figure this one out.
Which at his point in his career, I'd be taking a pay cut to win a ring. I don't give a
At this
fuck.
point, you already won the MVP. You done got probably boatloads of money. So it's like only one thing left for you to do, realistically, is try to get the Super Bowl.
That's it. And I think this is a good piece right here to add.
I'm not.
Yeah, but my only problem with the Ravens, I like this signing for a lot of reasons, but my only problem with the Ravens is that they are like, okay, they play on easy mode in Madden the whole season until they play Kansas City. And then all of a sudden, it's like Lamar Jackson forgets how to throw the football. They
They're
forget
like
how to
Penn
play
State.
defense. Yeah, they forget how to play defense, and all of a sudden they can't run the football and they can't score. It's mind baffling to me because I always feel like this is the team to break through and beat Kansas City when it counts. And for some odd reason, they can't do it. They cannot do it.
Facts. Bro,
Give one more chance. One more chance.
They get the Kansas City and Buffalo seem to be their kryptonite for some reason for the Ravens. Like Lamar Jackson is like a god in the regular season. He gets to the playoffs and he turned into a demigod. And if it's against Kansas City or Buffalo, then he turned into like
He a regular
the
attitude.
script
He
son of
turns,
a god.
he turns into Kenny Pickett.
Messenger. The messenger.
He said,
Dude plays like Joe Montana in the regular season and plays like Kenny Pickett in the playoffs against the Chiefs and against the Bucks.
I don't get it, bro.
Yo, it's mind-boggling because you see it through the whole week. You're like, yo, this is their year. Then it's
The
like the
whole
third
season.
quarter. Yo, then it's the third quarter. Kansas City up 17-3. It's like, yo, what happened to your scoring?
I'm not gonna blame this one on Lamar.
Oh,
No, it's
man.
not. I don't blame it all on Lamar, but something got to give somewhere.
Last year was his
Like
best
it's
year.
no, I agree, but it's his best year until they play Kansas City or Buffalo. I mean, let's be fair. The AFC is not fair. Like if we had our way, if there would be no way we would have
It's not.
Baltimore and it would be no way Buffalo and Baltimore would play the winner and play Kansas City. If it was our way, we'd have it the other way around. But
Yeah.
it's just the way the playoffs was set up, and it's like it's a shame like Kansas City didn't have to go through both of them.
Wow. Oh man. Next up, we got Travis Hunter receives his Madden ratings and was a 76. When asked about this, Travis Hunter said, "I'm focused on real life and had no time for video games."
I'm
Good
calling
answer,
BS
good
on that one. I'm calling BS on that one. The dude is like 19 years old. If you think he don't care about what his Madden stat is, you're bugging. I'm calling BS on that. I mean, he gave the political answer.
I'm about to say
I'm
he
not
looked
mad
good
at
in the media though.
Yeah, I'm not mad. He gave the political answer, but come on, he's
He
no way
cares.
he's gonna tell me
Hey,
he don't care about his Madden ranking. Being in
my career
76, I know it hurt his
tied to
feelings.
bro.
C5, I
Shit,
know
that
his feelings got hurt.
That would
when he
hurt
see
my
that
feelings
ranking.
too,
Yeah,
bro. I was
like,
like, dang, I think you're gonna give me an 80.
Bro, I'm the number 2 pick. I didn't get an 80, at least an 83.
Right, at least an 80.
And you got to tell me there's got to be like 5 bums on there in Madden that got about an 80 or more that you know he might be better in. But I think the reason why the game did that is because right now he's toting that fine line of playing a wide receiver and a cornerback, and nobody really knows what he's going to end up really being good at. So I think Madden threw that number out there. But I mean, we all know this don't mean anything because the middle of the season coming, Madden raises the ranking anyway.
They might do the dynamic shit. Next week it's gonna be up to an 82.
Yeah, that's a fact. And all he did was dance in practice, and they'll raise it.
Yeah, right.
So I kind of agree with y'all. I think he gave the answer he's supposed to give. I do believe he cares. I do believe Madden is adjusted, or it can go negative. I think when you're coming into the league and you're trying to master 2 positions, it's going to be a struggle at first. But he may come in. And here's the crazy part about it: he may come out at first and kind of dominate, where guys trying to figure him out. And normally what happens, and this is why they call it the sophomore slump, and quarterbacks go through it, and cornerbacks go through it too. Teams get a whole year of film on you to learn your tendencies. And so once they get to kind of figure you out from your rookie year where you caught them off guard and nobody can kind of zero in on you, once they get a whole year of film on you and learn your tendencies, that's where they start to come and exploit you. And then this is what makes or breaks you going into your 3rd year. Did you adjust to the adjustments they made on you? And so Travis Hunter has to do that 2 times, not just as a receiver, but as a cornerback, because they say every position, every player at every position has their little telltale.
But realistically, is he gonna play 2-way?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you really think so? Because I don't think so, bro.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna start off playing 2-way, and then like you were saying, Rels, they're gonna find something he's better at, and they're just gonna go, "Hey, bro, you're gonna be receiver, you're gonna be cornerback."
Okay, so here's a hot take, right? He's only playing both positions because it's Jacksonville. If he was on Kansas City, if he was on Philadelphia, if he was on Baltimore, they would make him figure out what position he's playing.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. Jacksonville needs all the help they can get. If it was up to him, Travis Hunter would play every position.
Yeah.
Can you play quarterback?
I mean, would it be better than anything Trevor Lawrence is doing? Because he's not getting them where they need him to get him to.
I mean, I think he was a bust. He's not living up to what he was supposed to live up to.
Nah, I don't think so either. I think the organization is afraid to move on from him because they don't want to admit that he's a bust. Like he has certain games he'll get 300 yards, and the next game he'll get 140 yards.
But they are doing something that I like. They are holding on to him to try to at least give him the time to figure out his shit, right? That I appreciate, because in today's day and age, people are so quick to just move on and try to win right now instead of actually trying to develop something. So
okay, so now my question for you is, how long do they hold on to him though?
I don't know. I mean, we have this argument about basketball all the time because I'm more the basketball guy. About when is their value outreach their potential, right? So right now is the year for me.
Yeah, I agree.
If he don't do anything this year, I'm getting rid of him while he still has a little bit of value to him.
I can respect that. That.
And then he'll end up on Cleveland.
Right.
You'll hear it first. You hear it here first. It'll be a trade between Cleveland and Jacksonville, with Shedeur Sanders to get repaired up with Hunter.
And then Shedeur start balling out.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. Is there anything else NFL wise I missed before we jump into the NBA?
I want to speak on, because I got cut off. I want to speak on the Shedeur Sanders situation. Considering how the hit is out on him already, so to speak, in terms of judgment and how he is, getting caught speeding at 101 miles per hour was not the best idea. Like you're not helping your stock at all. Like 1 week I'm reading, oh, he's doing great, he's getting first team reps. Next week I'm hearing, oh, he's holding the ball too much, now he's getting second team reps. Next week I hear, oh, he's a great team player, he's doing this, he's doing that. Next week I hear, oh, he's throwing spirals out of control. He don't have arm control. Now it's like you don't have too much of a leg to stand on right now with your stock. So getting caught doing a 101 is not the best look for you right now. I feel like at this point Cleveland would be looking for any little reason to get rid of him.
I think you're right, bro. I kind of
they didn't
agree
need the
with
fucking
you.
help in the quarterback area so bad.
Yeah,
Bro. Cleveland, I mean, they're used to fucking putting up with bullshit. I mean, Deshaun Watson been putting them through bullshit for a couple years, right? So they're used to putting up with bullshit. A speeding ticket is way worse than you getting fucking domestic abuse allegations. So we can brush that under the rug, bro. It's just a speeding ticket. We'll get you out of jail. We'll get you pushing.
But can you brush it under the rug when you're a 6th-round draft pick? At this point, you're worthless.
I don't know. I mean,
if he's in practice getting first team reps and he's throwing perfect passes and he's like, yo,
now you're proving that you're worth the trouble.
Yes, now you're proving that you're worth the 101 speeding ticket. But if you're throwing incomplete passes on every other play and throwing picks and holding the ball too long and getting hit every time you throw the ball, that 101 speeding ticket now might sound like domestic violence.
Yeah, and now you're giving them, now you're helping. Now you're giving them. Now you yourself are giving them reasons to question and doubt you. When you're already coming in here as the underdog, you're already coming in here with all this mounting pressure against you, with people wanting to see you fail or not believing in you, and then you come to practice and you look good, and then you're looking good, but now you're up and down in practice, like he said, and then you go out and you do this, especially when a lot of teammates. A lot of veterans on that team were starting to look like, yo, this kid probably going to be it. But then they see your judgment, because that's a statement about your judgment, your decision making. When you're doing 101 miles per hour in fucking Cleveland, there ain't nowhere in damn Cleveland that you need to be that you got to drive 101 damn miles an hour. So it doesn't help his situation.
Nope.
You got to grow up, bro. And it's time to be a man. And your daddy can't talk nobody out of sitting here assessing you on this, right? And that's just the reality of it. I don't think it's the end. I think it's a setback, but he can't keep having these setbacks, these character judgments, because the reason he slid, because there were people who had questions about his character. Not that he's a thug, not that he's around here just crazy as hell, but because of maturity, because of entitlement and immaturity. And this shows immaturity. Got to grow up. But I believe in him.
So, one last thing on this. This is a situation where if you won national championships in Colorado and you talk the same way you talk, you're a first-round pick. You might be before Travis Hunter. You might be after Travis Hunter. But when you don't win national championships and Colorado's an above average to average college football team, and let's be clear, they are just that. They had a couple of good wins. Yes, they made national TV because of who their coach was. But realistically speaking, if you peel the skin back off of that, they really weren't that good. Like, so now this is why you're a 6th-round pick. You can't be that cocky individual and play on a barely above average Colorado team. Like, so yeah.
Unfortunately, I still think right now for the Browns, he still might be the best option. I hate to say it, but I think he might be the best option.
If they want to go the popular route, he might be the best option.
I don't even know if he's popular anymore, bro, because I think a lot of people feel like you and me. I think a lot of people want to see him fail just because of the last name on his back, you know?
But if he plays that first game and if he starts that first game and throws 4 touchdowns for 400 yards and they win,
the hype's going to go crazy.
And everything changes. Everything changes.
Where'd he go? Jay! Oh, shoot. All right, up next, we got NBA. I don't know. I don't get a cool intro today because Jay want to get up from the computer and shit. Fuck it, we'll get right into it.
That's wild. It's his halftime.
Yeah, right. NBA Finals Game 6. Pacers versus Thunder. Boy, am I happy right now to be a Thunder fan.
Are you a real Thunder fan?
Yeah, I've been a Thunder fan for the longest, bro. Since they
Okay.
became a team. Everybody around here don't think so, but that's my favorite team. I rock with them the most.
Okay, so I got 2 hot takes, right?
So
Go
First
ahead.
hot take. This OKC team is better than that previous
I think-
OKC team.
I think so too. They got way more fight in them. It looks like they got way more dog in them, and they all know how to play together. They all gel. They got the height. I mean, I know KD's 7 foot, but they got Chet that plays like a 7-footer. They got J Dub. Their bench is fucking rocking, dude. Oh, I like this team. I'm way more excited for this team than I was for that team too.
So second hot take, right? I do think this is karma, and this is weird. And when I say this because Halliburton's hurt.
Yup.
I truly believe outside of the last series against the Knicks, Indiana would not be this far without injuries to every team they played in the playoffs between last year and this year.
I don't know if that is a hot take because I don't know if I agree
I'm not
with
sure
that.
about that.
Think about
I
this.
don't know.
Last year, they beat
I'm not sure
They
about
beat,
that. And I
um,
definitely don't agree
they beat
that
Milwaukee.
first one at all.
injuries. They beat Milwaukee injuries, right? Then they got to the second round last year, beat the Knicks, injuries. Knicks team just died in the second round. Let's just be honest. That whole team just collapsed. They played Boston at full strength last year, could not beat Boston. We leave it at that. This year, Milwaukee again, injuries. Second round, who did they play in the second round? Cleveland, injuries. Because let's be clear, Donovan Mitchell did not play most of that series.
Darius Garland was out too.
Darius
for
Garland did not play
E-game.
most of that series. Injuries. Now they played the Knicks, and I will say this: after Game 1, the Knicks were deflated because there's no way you blow a 14-point lead with a minute and some change to go and you lose. After that,
For sure.
you can't figure that out anymore. The Knicks, to me, I'm not a Knicks fan, but I rooted for the Knicks. But I watched that series,
Knicks too.
and you could tell Indiana was clearly a better team. The Knicks could not keep up with them speed-wise. These boys was running up and down the court. The Knicks didn't have an answer for it.
Yeah.
Now you're playing OKC. You're playing good against OKC. Like you took the first game. Okay, great. You won the third game. That's great. But now Halliburton's hurt. Halliburton can't be an MVP player with a bad calf. He's scoring 4 points and the 4 points with free throws. You're not going to beat any team, especially a team like OKC, when you start playing can't put points on.
Not relying on Pascal Siakam.
Not relying on
Sorry.
TJ McConnell.
Yeah, it's not going to do
So-
it for you, bro. And they have been for at least 3 games out of this series. Halliburton only had 1 good game this series.
So is Indiana
You said
is
are they
Indiana
out
on
of
Miami level though? Like look what we're comparing the competition, right? When you say no. This what I'm saying. Are the Indiana Pacers of today on the same level? And then Oklahoma City now is definitely not better than OKC. Then, right? We're talking about 4 or 5 Hall of Famers for sure. KD definitely is a Hall of Famer. James Harden is definitely a Hall of Famer. Russell Westbrook.
I'll make that
definitely
argument. I'll make
is a
that
Hall of
argument
Famer.
right now.
If you let that team develop 4 more years,
You don't have 4
that's a
years.
championship.
That's
team.
what I'm saying. Exactly my point. You don't
Wow.
have 4 years. Those
KD
egos in that.
leaves when
the
he
egos
has
in the salary cap.
fucking
because their
Spurs
egos
and, what's it
their
called now?
egos were getting too
3-1?
big, bro. You don't have 4 years because their egos were getting too big. They all
I'm
knew they
gonna-
were good.
I'm gonna give you an
That's why they
argument on
left.
that one. I'm gonna give you an argument on that, Reggie. I'm gonna tell you why that OKC team
Listen.
wouldn't work.
Listen,
Because
listen. They let James Harden go. They let James Harden go,
but they
for
put
$5
James Harden.
million.
Yeah, but they
And
put
they
James
kept
Harden
Serge
with Russell
Ibaka.
Westbrook. They put James Harden with Russell Westbrook trying to recreate that magic in Houston. It didn't work. Like you can obviously tell that after a while that chemistry wasn't gonna be that way. It wasn't gonna stay that way. I'm not saying that this OKC team is the same, but you can clearly tell on this OKC team that there's one superstar and the rest of the guys follow suit.
To the Western Conference Finals. Listen, Oklahoma City went to the Western conference finals after that, even after they lost James Harden and all that shit. And if it was not for KD getting fucking hurt, they had Golden State down 3-1. What is we talking about here? That team is way better than these boys. Listen, the only thing that Oklahoma City got right now is Shy. After Shy, those are
Hold on, I'll make the argument for for 2 future Hall of Famers right now.
Besides Shy,
Chet is definitely going to be a future Hall of Famer.
Listen, Chef is decent. Chet is decent.
And J-Dub. J-Dub is going to be a future Hall of Famer for sure, bro. J-Dub just scored 40 last game.
Decent.
I mean,
he's not a superstar.
He's been the supporting role character this whole season.
So you think J-Dub? So you think
a future Hall of Famer?
J-Dub
Easily.
Or Chet is going to develop to be better than any player on that Oklahoma team. Then the 3 players, so they're going to be better than any 3 player I just named to you.
No, I don't think they're going to be better,
Harden,
but I think together they all play together way better than KD, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. And it shows. They're the best defensive team in the league.
They're a better
defensive team
those
in the
3
league
players
right
I just named to you are going to be way better than them.
Reggie,
on their own.
Reggie,
and they were better on their own, but together they couldn't win.
Oklahoma City team is a better team than that was with KD, Russ, and Harden. They're a better team. They play better together. Everybody feels their fits and feels their roles better. Yes. They have more depth than that team had. It's just that we know who KD is. The difference is this. We know who KD is. We know what Russ did. We know what James did. These guys are still building their legacy. They already got an MVP on their roster. You already got J-Dub, who's 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists this season, and he ain't even touched his prime yet.
Not at all.
Still growing.
Compare him to James Harden or Westbrook. He will never be on them 2 players' level.
I think he is. He already is. He in the finals, bro. They never made the finals.
None of those dudes won.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? If OKC wins the championship tonight, then you can honestly say that Russell Westbrook and James Harden is not on his level.
Right, because they don't got no rings.
Exactly.
They don't got no rings.
Wait a minute. Time out.
This is where the accomplishments don't count.
Contradicting yourself. You just sat here and said the only reason why Indiana got here is because of injury.
Okay.
You just said it.
No, you're right. You're right. But what I'm saying at the end of the day, the championships still count.
You get a ring. How many rings Harden got? He froze. That's a crazy picture for him to freeze.
Because it's not like he was yelling, right? He got mad.
Listen.
Put it this way.
If that's true, how many rings do Robert Horry got? Okay, Robert Horry, the greatest of all time. Then
I know he was going to say. I knew
Robert Horry is one of the greatest role players of all time.
Ever.
Role players.
I know he was going with that one, especially with
I knew he would try it. I knew he was going to try it. I know Reggie.
Considering how I grew up in Chicago Bulls fan, I knew he was going with that one.
Describing it, OKC, the greatest role all time.
Look, J-Dub
ain't no role player. J-Dub
these players is not going to be MVP. Listen,
J-Dub could be a role player, but guess what? If he win tonight, he'll have more championships than Harden and Westbrook combined.
Yeah, right.
And he put the effort to do it.
So listen,
role player of the year right there, motherfucker.
J-Dub is the second best player on OKC.
That's what I'm saying. Hands down. Hands down. He's gonna be a future Hall of Famer. Hands down.
Is there any player? What?
Is there any player on that team that's going to be an MVP of the league besides Shaq?
There was one already.
Chet could be an MVP.
Shea and J-Dub. If he keep growing, he's only 24 years old. He
MVP
growing,
of the league.
I mean, let's be clear. It's only a matter of time before
Shea just was an MVP.
My own. You know how the Eagles get.
Exactly.
It's only a matter of time for J-Dub.
Wait.
Reggie.
Yeah, I'm in another.
Real quick.
So you're telling me that Chet Holmgren won MVP?
Reggie. Real quick.
I personally don't think Chet Holmgren.
This some good.
Wait. I mean, listen.
This
Reggie,
some
real
good
quick.
Shit. Let me roll some more of this up.
Real quick. Oh, that OKC team had 3 Hall of Famers three
I'm listening.
three MVPs on that roster. Eventually,
I'm
And
MVPs on that
they
roster.
had a great player in Serge Ibaka at the time.
Yep. And they couldn't get it done. But this team about to get it done. So does that say more about this team?
Yes.
Wait.
Let's
Let's
say-
not
Because
get ahead of myself. If one thing I learned about this playoffs, I don't put it against Indiana yet.
Hey,
I don't like Indiana, but I can't deny.
They are up right now.
I mean, the game just started though.
man, shouts out to what's the name? What we got next? Let me look and see what we got
So
next.
it goes perfect right into our
Listen.
next topic.
Yeah.
Anyway, Reg, let me ask you. So, what do you think KD's value on the market is right now? If
Is that the next one? You skipping over?
No, that's the next
No,
one.
no. He's not.
We already talked
He's
about
not still that
Halliburton
player.
was out.
He's not that same player no more. He's not.
No, he's
That was
not.
15 years ago.
So, what's his market right now? What's his value right now?
He's not. He's not the same player. He's a good. He's a good second to third option right now. Yep, he's a good second to third option.
I think what people
That's it.
forget is that KD's been in the league forever. He's getting older. At some
So he's
point,
like 38.
yeah,
he 38?
I don't know if he's that old, but at some point, all of that stuff starts to diminish. When you got the younger guys like Shea coming in the league, you got the Halliburtons in the league. Like, eventually, KD's going to have no choice but to admit he's a second or third option on the team after. He's
No, he's
not going to be
36.
he's not going to be commanding number one player option anymore.
He ain't getting no Desmond Bain. He ain't getting no Desmond Bain type of trade.
That is wild, though. That trade was wild. I don't know who woke up on the Orlando side and said Desmond Bain is Kevin Durant.
Hey,
Like,
Orlando
that's exactly
Orlando
what
woke
it
up on
was.
a poker table and said, "Fuck it, we all in."
That trade was crazy. What
Arms
they
too
gave up
short
for
to
that,
box with God.
what they gave up for that is wild. Like, whoo.
But in their eye, to be fair, I used to be a Magic fan, but to be fair, I think their thought process is
He'd rather it.
Paulo is coming up to a point to where he's gonna be able to start getting ready to make choices, right? As well as Franz Wagner is about to be at that point to start making choices. They felt like they had to go all in to show that they can be contenders to try to keep them guys. Because Orlando's biggest issue is that they keep building teams, but they keep losing teams because they never show that they can be consistent contenders.
Mhm.
They keep getting great players and then losing these great players they help build up because they never show that they can get
They
it
gotta
done.
win.
So for them, they feel like we tried everything else. We got to go all in. I don't know. Listen, you could have got KD.
Paolo's
that.
gonna end up on the Lakers.
You could have got KD.
I
Who
hope
else is out there? You could have got you fucking almost could have got Devin Booker.
To be honest with you, with the way the market is and with the way KD is on his way out of Phoenix, you definitely could have tried to do something for KD.
for sure.
I don't care about this. My preferred destinations. Like, you, at the end of the day, you play for a team. You contracted to a team.
Honestly, I think if he'd have went to Orlando, if KD would have went to Orlando, that'd be crazy. Him, Franz, and Paulo, and then Suggs, and then whoever else they got left around that.
Yeah,
Bro.
my boggling is that one of his preferred destination spots was Miami. So you would choose Miami over Orlando at this particular part?
No, I'm not doing it, bro. No.
No, I wouldn't.
I mean,
I
he's
would
also
take-
smart
I would
because
take Miami. I would take Miami.
to be the number one option because you still crave that
I
number one
like
option.
I like
spot.
Orlando's roster. I'm talking about purely basketball.
No,
I like
no.
Orlando.
I think he got a better chance to win in Miami.
I think Orlando's roster.
You think
It's
he's
better
saying this
suited.
shit about winning though? See, this is where I don't understand. Like, what's the motive? Like, do you want more money? You want to win again? You just want to be out where it's warm? Because if that's
Yeah,
the case, Orlando's warm.
Yeah, I read the other day where he said that he took the Knicks out of his preferred destination because he found out they don't want to trade for him. So now is your feelings are hurt?
Yeah,
where is
right.
let's be honest. You're on that New York Knicks team. You're probably in the NBA Finals right now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I like the Knicks this year, bro. I was rooting for them the whole playoffs.
they
man.
were missing one player. I
That's
don't
it.
know
They
if
just
it was
needed one more piece.
I don't know if it necessarily was KD, but they were missing one player, like somebody who would have put them over the hump in a game against Indiana. But they was just missing one player.
I like Julius Randle. If they would have never traded Julius Randle and somehow still got Cat.
Yeah, I don't know how they would have. Yeah, that would probably you could tell they was ready to get rid of Randall.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say
That's an even
KD's
trade,
preferred
though.
destination is San Antonio. Now you can't tell me he ain't gonna be the first option on San Antonio.
No.
He's not even gonna be the second option because Fox is gonna be the second option.
They're not gonna
Yeah.
win.
Then now you don't. I think a mix like that with a Wembanyama and a KD and a Fox. That's not a winning team for me. Regular season, maybe with playoff time, I don't know. Teams like those now lately have proven they can't win when it counts. Like
Right. I think Wembanyama is like a better version, but the second coming of the Yao Ming phase, right? All this height and skill and
He gonna get hurt.
potential to be something great,
Yeah,
but he's
yeah.
gonna keep getting hurt. Keep getting hurt, and we'll never get to experience the true vision of it. I think San Antonio would be dope, but until you realize what San Antonio got to give up to make it happen with KD.
I think
Because they can't remember they got the rookie of the year, Castle.
Yeah,
That boy
yeah, I
is
forgot about him
monster.
too. I think the bigger part of all of this is if you're looking at KD and you're looking at wanting to go to San Antonio to do another big three, quote unquote. Look at the finals. The two teams are a perfect example of how you don't need a big three to make it to the finals.
That is
You
true.
just need one
Them
big
days are gone.
superstar. You just need one big superstar and hopefully a team around you that has less egos that are willing to play around you and make a team.
That tries hard. That plays hard.
Phoenix is a disaster. They were not winning with Durant and Westbrook. I mean,
Well, how
Durant
you got
and
Devin
and
Booker,
Bro,
Bradley
they
Beal,
just kept trying to
Kevin
shove
Durant.
dudes in that team.
Well,
and
first of
shove
all,
dudes in that team.
Bradley Beal getting traded there made no sense because that's the same position Derek Booker played.
That was just the owner. That was
Yeah.
an owner looking at names,
Right.
and not looking at actual skills. Bro, that was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I think his agent was cool with the owner of Phoenix or something like that.
Two shooting
So
guards.
yeah, two shooting guards, two star shooting guards too. So that was not gonna happen. Like it's really real when you look at these teams and you compare them and you be like, yo, this team isn't gonna work because both these guys need the ball. The Lakers are another example. As long as you have LeBron and you have Luka, they're not gonna win because they both need the ball at certain points of the game.
Yep.
Right.
Whose ego is gonna fall back when it's 2 seconds ago and be like, you take
And
the game winning
LeBron,
shot?
99 years old. as
Luka,
well.
That's a
LeBron,
fact. That's a fact.
Luka LeBron becomes redundant.
Yes.
It becomes redundant. It becomes like, yo, we're imitating what we already have. You should have got. The crazy part about it is Bradley Beal would have been better served on the Lakers than on the Suns. Truthfully, had the Lakers
He would have been wide fucking open too.
Every time,
the Lakers
time.
probably should have went for Lakers should have went for KD. Him and LeBron, it's not redundant. And then if you'd have got to keep Reeves and you had Reeves, LeBron and thing, and you were smart about your role players you put around them, you could have went deeper in the playoffs.
I think the funniest thing about
The
Laker
LeBron,
franchise-
KD, Kawhi Leonard era, it's over.
It's over.
I think the funniest thing about the Laker franchise is that not this season that passed, but the season before that, they signed up damn near every role-playing free agent on the market, and everybody thought the Lakers had a great shot and didn't do anything. Like, because you signed up bums. Like Gabe Vincent turned out to be a flop. Torian Prince turned out to be a flop for them.
Hey, he said bums. Hey, you said bums. Nobody else on here can say it the way you said it. You said it like a true New Yorker, didn't you, Reggie?
I mean, it's a bum. It's the truth. But I'm not a Laker fan. But I do think the Lakers would have went deep in the playoffs if that trade with Mark Williams would have went through.
They'd have been better off. They'd have been better off.
He has untapped potential.
There's a lot of dudes like that. That's low key the meta right now. Is finding a whole bunch of dudes that you like how they play. I mean, defense is making a come up in the league big time right now. If your guys aren't young and fast and play defense, then you might as well not even try. It seems
that in the league is going back to one superstar and a bunch of role players behind you.
Yeah.
Like once again, this finals is a perfect example of that. Obviously,
I think Jay. I think yes, the league is going back to it. I agree with you. I think J-Dub is a superstar in the making, man.
Like you were saying, Rails, he's gonna fucking try to branch off on his own.
Of course.
No, I think Shea is humble enough. I think him and Shea are humble enough amongst the two, and I could be wrong, to make it work. Now, here's the problem.
J-Dub gonna be playing in Washington soon. Watch.
It's Chet. You got guys like Chet, and you got other guys like Jalen and the rest of the role players. You got to constantly replenish those guys because all those guys are going to get more money. Role players to go to other teams, and you can't keep it together. And that's the hard part about building the dynasty. So if you're smart and lucky enough, you get 3 years like the Bulls did, because the first 3 Bulls repeat, the roster minus Jordan and Pippen was mostly different as far as the key role players. The second 3-peat. So you got
the players were different, but they all served the same purpose.
Exactly.
Because they all in every championship they had a bum center. Because I'm a Bulls fan. I am a Bulls fan from like 90 all the way up until now, sadly. But I've watched, so I remember all of that. They had bum centers. Bill Purdue, Winnington. Then you had guys like Judd Buechler. Like I watched these teams, man. Listen, Steve Kerr was John Paxson. Like, if you really want to like put these players into perspective and who like what roles they fit.
Hey, can I ask y'all a question? Can Kevin Durant be?
I'd be willing to bet right now that OKC is not going to go back to the finals next year.
I'm gonna be honest with you, with the way the West is so stacked, I'm like, I can understand.
I don't see who.
Honestly, you can never discount Denver.
The Nuggets.
As long as they have, there you go. As
Minnesota?
long as you have
I think Jamal Murray is on his downward trajectory.
It don't matter though, bro, because Jokic will find whoever the fuck is open with his big center ass. It don't matter, bro. It's Jokic. It's Jokic.
Jokic in the next 2 years is gonna be the next player that everybody gonna be trying to steal away from them. The Nuggets. The Nuggets are falling apart, bro.
The problem with Jokic is that he don't care. He just get his season over and he be gone. Like, I don't even think he's the only player in the NBA that I can honestly say don't give a damn about the NBA, but will put up 29 points, 21 rebounds, and 20 assists.
That's a superpower because he don't give a shit.
Yep. And once the season is over, he's like, all right, bye. See you guys later. See you guys in a couple of months.
Hey, Rail, can you read that for us?
So New Jersey devised and said, how do y'all feel knowing that the Lakers' local TV deal with Spectrum brings in more in 1 week than what the Grizzlies pulled in and over an entire year? Doesn't matter. Both teams suck. It doesn't matter what they. Like, I mean, let's be honest. Both teams suck. The Grizzlies probably could have had a better year this year than the Lakers if Ja was healthy, but he's starting to fall into that injury-prone situation too.
His character was fucking it up for
his judgment, the immaturity.
Yeah, the immaturity, bro. Like
Yeah,
some of these people, you can't give millions and millions of dollars.
You said another team what? We said, Reggie, another team what?
They're going to be hard to beat.
Who, Grizzlies or the Lakers?
They're going to be hard to beat.
Who? What the hell?
I think he said he was going to be hard to beat because he disappeared. That's crazy. Yeah. I don't know. Money for nothing is what y'all saying. To me, I don't care about the local TV deals. I'm not in the weeds about that. I'm worried about what team's going where and what team is, you know what I'm saying? Like, if the Lakers got a better TV deal than the Grizzlies, okay. I mean, to me, it makes more sense. They have more primetime viewership anyway. Nobody
the Lakers just sold their franchise. Franchise about making money. They haven't built a roster that actually is truly about winning. They're just making moves and preparing for the future to make money and keep their viewership that's how they make their money. Their viewership.
So when Bryce gets drafted by the Lakers after next season and LeBron is playing with both his sons, that's what they care about.
Right? Yeah. All right. So next up, this is the real prize motherfuckers should be going for, shouldn't it be?
No, his t-shirt is wow. That is a wild t-shirt.
Hey, Cream City, baby.
Wow.
He said he's never going to leave, though, didn't he?
Listen, where I'm from, that's a wild t-shirt.
Win for Cream City, no
balls.
balls.
Wow.
Niggas lie every day, B.
Bro, that is a wild shirt. That is a wild shirt. That's what I keep saying. He leaving though. I'm sorry, he leaving. He leaving.
He
I
should
don't
leave.
know, bro. He should leave, but I don't think he's going to.
Nah, he will. That frustration of not winning is going to catch up eventually. That Laker money, once they hit this $1 billion deal they got, that Laker money going to come calling. It's going to be Luka.
Hey, I tell the Bucks, y'all gonna suck, but listen, I give you Bronny and LeBron for Giannis.
And like 5 years of trades.
And,
Yeah, 'cause
and
I'm sorry, I'm
first
just not
round
taking
picks.
Bronny. I'm not taking Bronny.
Hey, look, listen. Only way you gonna get rid of LeBron, you got to send Bronny, and Bronny gonna sell you tickets. I'm not telling it for
Bronny gonna
I'm
sell
selling
you
for tickets. I'm making this trade for ticket sales if I'm
Ticket
Milwaukee.
I'm going to be honest with you. Bronny's not selling tickets in Milwaukee.
Is his
In
dad.
LA,
Bro,
maybe, but not in Milwaukee.
Listen,
You gotta yo, C5, you gotta
That's all they
remember.
got.
LeBron got like 2 years left.
You got
Bronny gonna have to learn how to figure this out on his own.
but if you got Bronny,
God,
you give him
bro.
Bryce. The ticket sales is gonna happen.
Okay, Bronny and Bryce.
I bet Bryce gonna be better than Bronny. Anyway.
I've been saying that the minute I realized this kid had the growth.
I mean, watch this dude's college career this winter, bro, and watch what he do. I bet you Bryce do way better than Bronny.
It's all right because we all gonna be talking about Kyan Anthony in the next couple of years anyway.
Right.
Hopefully,
But yeah, I don't see Giannis staying though, man. I don't see it. You
I
can see
hope
that
not.
this season. You can see this season he started getting frustrated.
He was frustrated,
And
for
you
sure.
know, he was one of those that was always been a calm and cool.
But so
collective
what
guy.
I was saying is Doc Rivers is going to be the cancer for that team. Ever since they got Doc Rivers last season, I
they
said
should have never did that deal.
That was
they
the
should have
worst
never
pickup.
did that deal, bro.
That was the
Because
worst
they had
pickup
all
ever.
the right pieces before they had Doc Rivers. Everything was looking bright and sunshiny in Milwaukee, and then they brought the storm with Doc Rivers, and things have not been the same since, man.
I never.
So I don't know if he's frustrated with the front office or if he's frustrated with the coaching. Because I would be frustrated with the coaching. You know, if you give me a different coach, I'll stay. But I don't want to play for Doc Rivers because
All
that
right,
motherfucker don't coach.
So let me ask y'all this, and I'm gonna start with Reggie first. Where would you like? I'll go to each one of y'all. Reggie, where would you like to see Giannis go to, or you rather him stay?
Probably. Either if he doesn't stay, I think he would have a good chance to win in Houston, and it would save him money because they don't have state tax.
That's true. Rails, would you like to see Giannis go?
Although I'm
Instead.
not a fan of this team, he'd be a good fit for the Knicks. He's another one that probably would have put them over the hump against Indiana. I'm gonna keep saying this. The Knicks need one more good player. I don't know who, and I don't even know who they'd be willing to give up for him, but they're gonna have to give up a lot. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Whatever team gets Giannis, if it's not a free
Everything.
agent, they're gonna have to give up everything for this guy. And I mean, is it worth it? Yeah. Honestly, would you give up Cat for Giannis? Yeah, I would. I hate that. It's a business at the end of the day. I would give him up. Like that dude with 2 minutes ago and you down by 6, he's going through the lane and dunking every time.
Every time.
So-
Time. And nobody can stop him.
Nope.
All right, C5.
I think I'm gonna go Miami.
But when you give up Cat, what else you
You
gonna
got to
give up?
give up Bam. You got to give up
Yeah.
Bam if you get Giannis. You
That's
become a
right.
redundant.
That's what I'm saying.
Tyler Hero's their franchise over there anyway. If we can keep Tyler Hero,
And what else?
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Tyler
you
Hero. Tyler Hero screams LA Clippers to me. I don't know why. I don't know why, but Hero screams Clippers to me. I don't know. Something about Clippers and Hero fits.
I'm gonna say it, and it's gonna break my heart. And we talked about this team earlier. And if they do it, and they got the picks, Lord knows they got the picks to do it, and a couple of young guys, and they can still keep Fox, they can still keep Castle, and they can still keep Wimbiana.
fuck no, they couldn't.
No, they
Fuck
couldn't.
no, they
No,
couldn't.
they couldn't.
Yeah.
You can't
Yes,
say,
they can.
yo,
They
Jay,
get- they get-
They
they
get
get-
rid
Jay,
They get
can
rid of
I
at
sit
least
here?
2 of them.
Wait,
They get rid of
C5,
at
wait,
least 2 of them.
You
C5,
might
Jay,
have
can
to
I
give
sit
up
here?
Castle.
Jay,
You only
Jay
have to
can't
give up
sit here.
Castle.
No. You can't sit here and every team we mentioned, you literally said they got to give up the superstar. And now
Right.
you get to San Antonio and talk
Because
about when they can
nobody-
keep
wait,
Giannis.
because nobody,
Everybody.
wait, I'm telling you, nobody, very few teams, minus the Nets and the Spurs and OKC, got the draft picks to offer even better than what Orlando offered.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we got to see what San Antonio does this season. This is a season without Pop. So
Yeah.
you got to see how that organization handles things without Pop.
But if he tell me who say they get rid of Castle, right?
Uh-huh.
Say they get rid
I'm
of
sorry.
Castle when they get
Get
rid of
rid of Castle. That's not even close.
They got to get rid of Fox.
No,
and
I said
Castle.
Castle.
Yeah.
You get rid of Castle.
Or they got to get rid of Wemby.
No, they're not. No, you don't
It's
have to
one or
get
the other, bro.
I'm
You gotta
sorry.
get rid-
I
That's
don't
it.
see a scenario. I don't see a scenario with San
I
Antonio.
do it on
having
T-Pain all
Giannis.
the time. I know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
how many times? How many times?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
and how
not
many
taking
times?
that dumbass
And how
deal.
many times? You know, first of all, and how many times it gets rejected before you find the right trade?
But a lot. But listen, I'm telling you, they can do it. They might get rid of Castle. You get rid of Castle because Castle's so valuable because he's rookie of the year, right?
And Castle and what? Every single one
Castle,
of your fucking picks?
no.
So you give up your whole future?
Yeah,
They
but
gonna
what
look
do you
like
care?
Phoenix. They
Fuck
gonna
no,
look like
because
Phoenix.
Giannis is getting old too, bro.
Y'all crazy. Y'all
He gonna
crazy.
get hurt. He already been getting hurt.
Y'all crazy.
Bro, you get Giannis, Wembanyama, and De'Aaron Fox together.
Okay, and then what you gonna do? Get Marcus and Markieff Morris?
No.
That's all they're gonna afford.
No,
That's
No,
all
they
I'm
got,
saying.
they still got
Y'all
Jeremy
saying-
The
Sohan.
popcorn guy
They
is
still
sixth
got
man of the
Sohan.
year, bro.
No, Sohan's gonna end up in
Y'all not
Orlando.
being realistic.
Bro,
Y'all
I've done
not.
these
Y'all not being
trades.
realistic. We're talking about Giannis. There's no fair fucking trade for him. There's
At
no
all.
fair trade for him. There's
No,
no
I'll be honest
way
with you.
that
I'll be honest
Milwaukee
with you.
is going
Somebody
to give
getting
you
scammed.
Giannis,
him
okay, let's just say
for
that
Castle
Giannis-
and all your picks. The only
Nope.
way you gonna get him. Listen, the only way they can get him is if you give up Castle and Wemby and picks.
There
for
you
him.
go.
That's the only
There
way
you
they're gonna
go.
do it. What is we
And
talking
if you're
about?
the Knicks,
Man.
you're gonna have to give up Cat. You're probably gonna have to give up Bridges. You're probably gonna have
We're
to give up
looking
2 picks.
We're looking
Like-
at Hart too. We're looking at Josh
Whoa.
Hart.
Yeah, because
Wait.
if you don't think San Antonio don't want somebody like
Oh
Hart,
yeah, Hart,
Rails.
Hart, yeah, Hart.
Hey,
Let me
Rails.
get him.
Listen
Let me
what
get
the
him.
Spurs have. They got the number 2 pick in this draft. That's
Okay.
worth a fucking lot. All right.
not for-
Then they
not
got
with-
the number 14 pick in this draft.
Not if you're not getting another 7-footer.
Yep.
Bro, I'm telling you right
Because
now.
you know why I'm gonna tell you why the number
Bucks
2
is
pick
gonna
is,
be
you know why I'm
rebuilding.
gonna tell you the number 2 pick is not gonna matter? Because once this dude goes off the pick at once Cooper Flag goes off at number 1, nobody cares about anybody else.
Oh, bro,
Oh,
no, Dylan
oh.
Harper is up there, and then Old Boys Kids is up there. There's some
Oh,
good
boy,
players.
you didn't even name them. You said
I said,
boys
I was
kids.
meant to say, Gilbert Arenas' son.
Okay,
Gilbert
boys
Arenas,
kids.
he about to play worse than Gilbert Arenas.
Man, this is a bad.
No.
draft.
The fact that you just said boys kids is enough to
Right.
get Giannis. You
Yeah,
couldn't even
bro.
name these dudes.
Old boys.
At least I said Cooper Flag.
Right.
You said boys kids.
Bro. I'm telling you right now, bro. It's top heavy, then it falls off like a mug.
Bro, you said boys kids.
No, it's a bad draft.
Jamar,
Just
you
like
know
it
how-
was
listen,
last
listen.
year.
You know what Jamar doing? Jamar, you talking with your football mind.
No,
That's how you talking.
I've been talking because I've been playing fucking 2K for fucking like months now, and I haven't been able to touch a football. And
What's
I'm
your
telling you
record?
right now,
What's your record? 2K, because I need to know this.
listen, Dylan Harper is
Because that's a fair trade. with-
legitimate. Dylan Harper.
but not with
That's
Pascal.
all we need to
Harper
know.
is a
Yo,
legit-
see, Pop, I rest my case.
Dylan Harper is
boys
legitimate,
kids, man.
a legitimate top 5 draft pick. Dylan Harper is.
Just like Zach Edey was, bro. And Zach Edey hasn't
he
done
broke-
shit.
I picked him in fantasy. He broke my heart. I
Bro,
was like,
Zach
this dude
Edey
is
was
a-
my favorite pick last year. In the
I got
draft.
it. This guy's a bum.
Yeah.
He's a bum.
I mean, so
Now,
what are you gonna
boy,
do?
he's
You're
fucking
gonna
up his-
take a chance. You're gonna take a chance on someone American. Now I'm gonna take a chance on someone from overseas. That's my best shot, right? I'm a draft fucking Sabonis Abdulovic from fucking Eastern Lithuania, and we're gonna fucking get shit rolling.
No, old
Facts.
boy for that was from Rucker, Arias Ace Bailey, the one that's fucking up his draft stock because he ain't working out for nobody. He another legitimate player too. And
Okay,
then
so let me
the
ask you a
trade.
question. Let me ask you a question. On topic, right? On topic. What is with these college players feeling like they don't have to work out for these teams?
Bro, because dudes got it fucked up with them, man.
I think it's the NIL shit is fucking with all these kids' minds, bro. They're like, fuck it, I get the money in college. I don't give a fuck.
well, they can't go back at this
And
point.
honestly-
Man, get
honestly-
that like that.
Cooper Flag is.
Yeah, Cooper. Yo, I found out what
Well, he-
Cooper Flag
he
made.
ran.
He
He
made
ran.
NBA money.
Flag is.
Yo, Cooper Flag made NBA money in NIL deals.
Ronnie was.
Yeah, which
But
is
he
crazy.
rare.
It's names that's making money like that.
No,
Yeah,
but
old boys
C5,
sons.
C5,
Old boys
C5,
kids. Old boys kids
C5.
made some.
Wait,
College basketball.
Rails. C5. You just
Nobody
said it.
watches college
Bronny was the
basketball.
highest paid college player, not because of his skill set, but because of his name.
I mean,
Okay,
I
but
think
look
we
at
That's
all
how
Cooper Flag.
fucked up
Look
it
at
is.
Cooper
That's what
Flag.
Reggie was sitting there saying, like, yo,
Look at Cooper Flag.
everybody ain't making money like that.
Cooper Flag made a name for himself, and he
But
ain't
that's
nobody.
But he was the shit since high school too.
C5,
So be
you're
the
right.
shit. So be the shit since
C5,
high
You
school.
are right.
I mean, you got
C5,
built.
you're right, but it's not as many compared to
It's not.
college football.
It's
right?
not.
You have,
You're right.
you have
I mean,
a
the
hand-
money flows way easier
because
over in
think
football,
about
but
it. Yes. Yes.
I'm
because
not
college
disagreeing. I'm
basketball
not
is not a good
disagreeing with
product.
you.
I'd rather watch women's
but
college
like
basketball.
you were saying, these are young kids,
I ain't
right?
gonna
So
put it at the
their,
front
their,
right now.
judge,
Women basketball is good.
their judgment ain't the best as it is because they're young kids, right?
Yep.
So
And now put that
I
money
mean-
in their hands too.
I mean, I'm gonna try to make some money while I'm in college, while I know I can ball versus in the NBA if I can ball against the dudes in the NBA. Shit, I don't know. And then that's on top of if I get hurt. You know, that's fucking Steph Curry and KD I gotta play against, bro. I mean, that's
The
how
money
I'm
don't. The
thinking.
money ain't
That's how
spread
I'm thinking.
around like college football and college basketball as far as the individual players. You got like a top five, and everybody else is getting way down here as far as salary. Like it's just there's levels to the shit. In the college football, the money is
But even making a little bit of money still changes your mindset.
yeah. But you not make everybody ain't making NBA. Everybody ain't making NBA contract money like old boy was, and that
It don't
ain't
even
even
matter,
NBA
But you
contract.
don't have to.
Think about-
If you
think about
if you
this.
make enough money to pay for your college, what do it matter?
Yo, C5, think about this. A couple years ago, these dudes probably couldn't even afford a whole bag of ramen noodles.
That's what I'm talking
And
about.
then a
Now
couple
they're eating
weeks later, once the
they're eating
NIL
steak every
changed,
week.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now with the NIL deals, you getting brand new cars. You probably buying food for your family now. You're not even buying food for yourself.
But it's
Everything
not.
changes.
But it's not life changing money. It's good
But
money.
to
It's
them,
not life changing.
no,
but
to
to
us,
them-
broke people, it's not life changing money. But to them,
to those of us who don't know, to those
In the
of us who
moment,
are
it is.
ignorant,
No, in the moment, it is
$100,000
life changing moment.
all of us is life changing money. But to when you look at it and you go and realize, like, yo, $100,000 is not really life changing
okay,
money.
when you owe $65,000 in student loans and an NIL,
They
deal
don't
gives
owe
you
it
100,
because they're on scholarship already.
how many of them are really all on scholarships?
All,
though?
everybody on the basketball roster, except for one or two players who are at the bottom of the roster on
All of
scholarship money. Every star player,
I'd
is
probably
on
say
scholarship.
I'd probably say the top 20% are on full scholarship.
No, the whole roster minus 2 to 3 guys are on full scholarship.
Where at?
No, at basketball because that's
every school.
and in football too, bro.
whole
That's how they
roster.
do it.
Especially when we talking about big
That's
leagues.
how they do it. They're on full scholarship, bro.
Yes, sir. That's why
Yeah,
you
they're
hear,
not worried
you
about
hear
no damn
like stories
student
here
loan.
and there of walk-ons because those are one and right. Hell no.
Yeah, unless you're a walk on with no scholarship offer, you're not on scholarship. But if you're a walk
then why is it every year is dudes getting scholarship offers that are walk-ons?
that's what I mean. They earn it.
So that's
And
what
then
I'm
they
saying.
sit there-
So they weren't on scholarship. That's what the fuck I'm
So
saying.
listen,
so they
listen.
weren't
I
on
promise you this.
scholarship.
He gonna
So
still
whatever
get the
money
scholarship.
they're
I
getting,
promise you this.
whatever money
C5.
they're getting is life-changing money.
C5.
regardless.
I
Like
promise you.
if you're not
if
the
he
top
walked on
top
1 year,
5% dude anyway,
C5.
whatever you
If
get
he
is
walked
a
on
lot of
1
money.
year, if he walked on 1 year, and then the next year he turned around and became a scholarship player, he probably got, whether it's a local NIL deal, whatever case, he still got money coming in. But what I'm telling you, it's not, majority of these guys do not get life-changing money. It's different than
I'm not saying that
football.
they do. No, I'm not saying that they do. I'm saying that to them it is life-changing money because I've been a broke college student, bro. I know what the fuck it's like. I've been there where I have
Right,
to
but
work fucking 40 hours a week to scrape by, and I'm only making $1,000 a month. You feel me?
I give y'all
Like-
both points. Y'all both got points. But this is the thing that I don't think that you see in C5. You know when they punish schools, right, for doing things underhand, you know the first thing that they punish them, right? They take scholarships away from them. And the reason why is now it's less enticing for students to come there, right? Now you can't get X amount of players because you can't go to a player, right, a top 100 player like, oh, you can come here, but you got to pay for your own school. They're going to be like, man, please. So, yes, if you're good enough to make, I say if you're an ACC player, every last one of them motherfuckers is scholarship players, bro.
Yeah, I'll say that. I for sure. lastly, for NBA, last topic, we got to talk about the Lakers up for sale right now. The Buss family is trying to sell.
No, I think they sold already.
What?
They sold yesterday for like $10 billion.
I'm reading right now that they're in talks.
Hold on, let me check. I could check for you right now. Hold on.
The Buss family is entering into an agreement to sell majority ownership, approximately $10 billion. The Buss family bought it back in 1979.
Okay, so I got it right here. The Buss family selling the majority share of the Lakers to the Los Angeles Lakers to Dodgers owner Mark Walter for $10 billion. But Jeannie Buss is set to remain in her role as governor of the franchise.
Okay. Yeah, basically saying the same thing.
They sold it because they can allow LA to better handle luxury tax penalties. At $10 billion, this is easily now the largest sports transaction in American history.
Oh yeah. They got a fucking deal, bro. They bought it back in '79 for $67.5.
Yo, crazy, right? Like, yo, crazy, right?
And it was in a fucking bargain deal with the LA Kings, their hockey team. Back in the day, right? That was
So basically, the whole point of the deal, the whole point of this deal was that they can sign Bron's son too, other son.
Yo, that's crazy. But you know what? I think this owner's got the money to go deep within the penalty of the luxury tax or whatever case. But I think LeBron's sway and thing is done. I think he's now considered after this season, going to this season, unless they just keep on to get through this year. It's done, and he should retire. Yeah, he better retire. That whole dominant draft my son, all that bullshit, gone. And then I think this what the dope part is, it's also going to eventually get old boy fired. That's a GM. He sucks as a fucking GM. I don't care what nobody says.
Rob
Pelinka,
right?
He fucking sucks ass as a GM. Big time. Get them fools out of there. I get it. The Lakers cared more about, like NJ said earlier, about viewership so they can make their money. We just need big names. Hence why they went after Luka. It was like, yo, we know he lazy. We know he don't work out. We know he out of shape. But his name will continuously get ticket sales. The Lakers have never truly, genuinely put a team out there to build around LeBron to actually go for it like they win in the last 5-6 years. But that's what LeBron wanted, to be in Hollywood, to be close to his other business ventures. He didn't care about winning another championship. If he did, he'd have stayed in Cleveland in the East, where it was easier. He didn't care about that.
If LeBron cared about winning more championships, he'd have took a pay cut.
Yeah, he don't care. So, and I'm a LeBron fan. I'm from Ohio. I root for the dude.
I feel sorry
but I knew he gave it up. I knew he gave it up when he went to LA. He really don't. He gonna win another one, but he don't really give a fuck about winning. Bro, why would you go to LA?
Why would you take a pay cut?
What'd you say, Reg?
Why would you take a pay cut after you did? Why would you take a pay cut after you did that shit in Miami? You played for $14 million a year, and you was the best fucking player in the world.
Well, I was saying it for years. He just wanted to play with the Suns. I really thought he was going to retire after this year.
I thought so too, but then when you realize that his other son is coming out, he probably wants to play at least a couple. When his other son comes to the league, I don't even think he's going to play a full season. I think he'll play a couple of games with them, and they'll probably just hang it up.
No, I bet you they'll drag it out. I bet you'll have a whole retirement. It'll be a retirement tour.
Retirement tour?
They'll call it the LeBron James retirement tour.
His other son looked like his wife was cheating on him with Horace Grant.
Wow.
Boy, you know, like his daddy.
Don't say that, bro.
That's
They're the number one family in the NBA, bro. You can't be saying that.
Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah,
That's like,
What the hell, Reggie? What the hell?
It's like
What
this
the hell,
is
Burton?
right here.
What the hell?
that's crazy.
I remember when people used to say that about Remy, like, "Oh no, they're just a good couple." Now look at her.
Nah, look at it. Listen, LeBron be cheating on Savannah, and Savannah probably getting dicked down by somebody from somewhere. But Bryce is his.
I don't know.
We'll
see. I guess we'll see when the Diddy lawsuit is over with.
Not to pry in personal lives, the sports stars, but let's be clear. If you don't think for one time LeBron wasn't down in Miami,
That's Bryce Harvey.
Bro, he's stupid if he wasn't. Bro, he's stupid.
That's
if he
Bryce
wouldn't,
Harvey.
bro.
Listen,
I bet you
know-
that. I bet you they got an agreement in their marriage. You can crack other bitches as long as I don't find out about it.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, he makes them sign NDAs.
Something like that.
Listen, so C5, if that's true, then he running around being a hitman then, right? Like, oh, I can't let my wife find out about this. Bitch,
You seen
did.
Drake
Come on.
stole on him, so they was running two mans.
Oh yeah, he sure did. He
Pissed on him.
sure did. You see, once he got his feelings hurt.
Yo, real quick,
I'm like, I don't
I'm
even
gonna
know
put
him.
this up for you. NIL evaluations. Number 1, college football player with Arch. Number 2, college quarterback with Carson Beck. He's a fucking traitor, but that's another story. Jeremiah Smith, $4 million. That's expected. Here go college basketball player. I remember hearing about this dude. He come out next year. There's a basketball guy. There's a quarterback that's going to LSU. Quarterback from South Carolina. Quarterback from Florida. Quarterback from Clemson. Quarterback from Penn State.
Yeah, that comment was wild. Honey Packs and video surveillance.
Yes. A quarterback. Here go another basketball player.
Like that's crazy. That's a lot of fucking money.
Darren
bro.
Mensa.
Yeah, exactly.
Quarterback.
So what do you think? Yo,
What I'm
quarterback.
getting at is they just signed not too long ago that the college have to play the players, right? They have to if they're using their image and likeness. If they're getting any type of ESPN coverage or anything like that, the players are getting paid at least.
Yeah, they split it, but then what they did was here's the fucked up part. And I get it, it's business. They did it so once they announced that, then the NCAA they made another deal with sports gambling. So now they get a bigger cut out of sports gambling because they can't. God forbid that the players get a bigger cut and they lose some money.
Yeah.
So all they did was turn around and say, "Well, we'll take a bigger chunk out of sports gambling and whatnot." It's like the system is never going to take the L. They're going to always find a way to pass the buck. If they got to pay out,
no one's ever going to figure out how to make less money, bro.
yeah, well, I get it. That's business. Like you said, that's business. So is that the players are always going to be chasing after the system that's making money off of them and having to fight for it because the system is always going to keep trying to invent new ways to get money off of these guys without having to pay them. Happy Juneteenth.
But I don't know. That's just changing because the college system is failing anyway.
Happy Juneteenth.
Yo, first and foremost, Rails,
It is,
bro.
NCAA,
I feel like you had a good time over here fucking around with us on these sports, bro.
Absolutely.
Yo,
It's like barbershop talk, man.
yeah, man. Hey, Rails, please shout out your platforms again.
Okay, so once again, Raw Uncut podcast. Try to drop new episodes every Wednesday at 8 a.m. on YouTube, on Twitch, on X, on Facebook now too. I was able to figure that out. The YouTube channel is 2920 TV. The Twitch channel is 2920 TV. The X is Mr_2920. Make sure you guys go check out the last episode I did with Reggie and with Jay. We talked about men's mental health because it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So that was a real good conversation we had. We touched on a lot of good topics on that. So, and I hope to have them guys back in the future.
Yo, we definitely down to come back. C5, you got anything you working on? Anything you probably might drop next? You want to shout out?
Like I was saying earlier, be on the lookout for Hard Times That Nobody Knows. I was listening back to Nobody Knows today, and I was really fucking with it. So it's coming together, man.
Yo, shout out to my older brother D80. Please still be on the lookout. The Madam President and the Major dropping. It's a true story about the fight for democracy in Haiti and their first good letter to the first democratic elections. Doing that in partnership with Fox. What their amazing people, the actual former president of Haiti and the actual David Solomon, who came through and saved their life and saved democracy for Haiti. So that is still in the works. A whole bunch of mumbo jumbo, legal BS, but still in the works. We're still busy at working hard at it. Also check out Tennis in the Land with D80. Please go ahead and check that out. He's out there doing his thing, traveling the world, meeting people, doing some dope things. Also, Godless Reggie is out there, Faith, Lies, and Confusion. That podcast is out there killing it. He doing his thing. And shout out to NJ. NJ be on there with Reggie, and they both be doing their thing. And NJ is always being supportive and love. So shout out to her. D80, if I forgot to mention something, you better put it in the comments before we jump off. Also, True Entertainment Music, a collaboration with Diallo Bands, and some of y'all know him as Miguel. Bro, we just been all pushing not what we got going on with C5's music, but Diallo just dropped a hot one that's kind of been blowing up on social media for the one song that's been doing this thing and stuff like that, man. So yo, happy to help collab on that. Working on something, man. Listen, I do not only do I do writing, not only do I do writing on films, not only do podcasting, but I also have a deep, profound love for music. And I love writing, love producing, just love doing everything above and behind the scenes. But we have so much more talent and culture we want to highlight. So if you're a local artist and you got some dope ass music, you want to put your shit out. Oh, Reggie.
Hit me up, message me.
Yeah,
we'll get shit cracking.
Yes, sir. If you need music for your podcast or you do music rapping, hit up C5. He's a producer. He's dope.
Yo, if you guys want to be highlighted, want to be interviewed, hit me up. I will definitely interview you. I will definitely put you out there. I will definitely highlight. You got music you want, I'll put it on my IG page. I have the Raw Uncut IG page. So I'll put your music out there. I've definitely done that. Yeah, so look, at the end of the day, I'm all about helping. And you know, we all help each other out. We all have fun, and at the same time, everybody's building and growing and learning together. So
put your information in the comments.
Please, and thank you. With that being said, I want to go ahead and thank our guest, Rails. Rails, we're gonna have to get you on more pods, bro. We probably gonna end up switching over to Thursdays anyways. So we got to get you on more pods, bro.
If you're on Thursdays, I'm there, man. If you're
Yeah.
on Thursdays, I'm here, man. I'm still,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
still married. I'm still navigating married life. So trying to fit that
Get
in.
permission first, bro, because I got to get permission from mine, so I respect it.
Yeah. Well, listen. You already know, man.
Yep, yes, sir. Yo, Reggie, go ahead and shout out, highlight, promote the class reunion coming up, please, real quick.
Yeah, I got my the Rand High class reunion. It's our 25th. It's actually our first reunion, but it's our 25th class reunion. We've been out 25 years, so we have it at the 4th of July weekend. If you're in town, if you're in the 330 area, stop by. We got a website. It's randhighclass2000.com. Click on it. Check us out. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to NJ for stopping by as always. Catch me Sunday on Faith, Lies, and Confusion. And if not, catch me here or TikTok. I'm always there talking shit.
God bless y'all. And
Happy Juneteenth.
the outro.
Yeah, happy Juneteenth,
y'all.
for sure.
Happy Juneteenth.
Big checks, big deposits. I got it. Hey, run that shit up, Trace. Run it up. I got it. Run it up. I got it. Run it up. I got it. Big checks with big deposits. Run it up. 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 Big checks with big deposits. Big bag what I be on. Play the corner like Dion. Hard code like Freon. No time for you peons. Pandemic ain't stop nothing. Apply pressure, I'm job hunting. Risk good, I'ma bop something. Fire on.